Are postponing hundreds of court hearings, blaming it on the busy legislative session. But the victims in the case say that's no excuse. Now, two bills aim to address the allegations against House Speaker David Ralston, who is also an attorney. 11 Alive's Doug Richards has more from the Gold Dome.
This House will come to order.
Inside the Capitol, House Speaker David Ralston is a powerful political presence. But when he's not here, Ralston is a lawyer in North Georgia. In Gilmer County alone, records show Ralston requested 202 postponements for court appearances in the cases of 19 of his clients. Each time he cited Georgia law, giving precedence to his duties in the legislature.
I have rights as a victim, and my rights have been denied.
Records show Jiden Carpenter's assault case against her ex-boyfriend has dragged on for 6 years. The defendant, David Schell, is Ralston's client. Many of Ralston's postponements have been for court dates year-round and outside of the legislative session. One bill would sharply restrict attorney legislators from postponing court dates unless they're during the 40-day session of the General Assembly or during the 3 weeks following recess or adjournment. David Clark, a Republican critic of Ralston, is the sponsor.
We're seeing there's abuse of power being used by the Speaker, and so this will help rein that in.
Another bill filed by Ralston-friendly lawmakers would also allow legislative leave during the 40-day session of the General Assembly, plus the 3 weeks after recess or adjournment, plus committee meetings any day year-round. Lawmaker attorneys can still request additional continuances or delays, citing duties with the General Assembly, and opposing attorneys can object to the request. Scott Turner, a Ralston critic, says that bill doesn't do enough.
It's better than what we have now, but it doesn't fix the problem.
I think it gives way too wide a range. It still gives him those loopholes to be able to continue his abuse of power.
Speaker Ralston declined comment. If you're wondering which bill will get traction, bet on the ones that are backed by the Speaker's friends rather than the one backed by the Speaker's critics.